SLPP they use. You mama, something like SLPP they use. Bastard dog. Must send me nasty message again. If you mama, na SLPP they use. Must send me nasty message again. And I feel like they joke with some of them again. Nasty ass.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, once again, this na Dr. Sylvia Blyden, and today, Friday, January 14th, 2022. This na my 47th audio in my ongoing series where we go call audio number 047. Today, me fumble them. I can talk to una about something where I'm tell una yesterday. We na the white paper where His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, don launch na State House yesterday concerning the proposed review of the 1991 Constitution that was enacted and assented to by the late former President, His Excellency Dr. Joseph Saidu Momoh. Today also, I will mention briefly about one Chinese man wey dem dey call Sam Pa, and some documents they were released na the social media earlier today. And finally, I will briefly touch on the statement by the Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honorable Dr. Abbas Cher-Nobundu, at the launch of the white paper by President Maada Bio. But before I actually enter today's own topics, so many people then don't reach out to me today about 120 seconds audio recording with the out, and the voice sound like my voice, and people then they reach out and ask me whether na me really na me voice, because now they can fake people then voice them. So people then they ask me whether really na me talk so because it sound like a me, and so they want for no. So make I use the opportunity for clarify and state and very clearly that audio they authentic, na me talk am, I no get one regret, and I ready for talk more past that one day under similar circumstances. The person who me the address, a small bobo a fit boner. Now they can't tell me how they don't know say na SLPP they use me. So now make I tell and let go back to him mama, something like mama SLPP they use, not to me. Gonna fit here for small bobo say like dandy. They tell him back again in behavior. How he behave, dictionary definition of what you call a bastard. That's how he behave. And I no get one regret. And like how I tell her no more, say I don't ready for them. Anywhere we come, me own Creole from Western area. I come up from 4 parts. I come up from mountain up the north. I grew up in the Western area. I get Eastern connection. Then most of all, me na Southern Creole. How you meet me na day when they talk to you, I will tell you. So I no get one regret. And our talk no more na Amina. Anywhere we can already, yeah? Because me know say me na leader. And me know say I get presidential ambition. So I get for make sure say you na rebel oh, you na rare boy oh, you na decent person oh, you na king oh, you na paramount chief oh. Whatever you be, I forget the mercy when I fit you bet if I want for be leader. So I no get no regret. And any small brat wey come before me with talk wey not fitting, I dey say na go back. Say no to me for talk to go to you mama. So, make a canal to the issue of President Bio and President Momo. But my people, then before I go further, make I give you one small story, one history. Over 30 years ago, I'm a student activist. And beaucoup of we the activists and that and they agitate so want a multi-party democracy. And God may bless this country. We can get president, His Excellency Dr. Joseph Saidu Momo. Well, he listened to we. And he may get in Attorney General that 10 day when Dr. Abdullahi Conte. So between the two of them, then decide, say, then people in this country, then students, then marketuman, then youths, then professionals, all man, they say they want democracy, multi-party democracy. So President Momo listen to we, ask we, he say, what do you want for the inside this constitution? Una tell me, make sure, say, now are the design for una. So he give the process to Attorney General, Dr. Abdullahi Conte. And he tell him, he say, for make Dr. Abdullahi Conte make sure, say, what the people of Sierra Leone want? Now for go inside that 1991 constitution. He say, no put nothing, no add nothing, no pull, no minus. He say, just putting the people they want, let we serve the people, then let we deliver to them a constitution where they reflect what they want. A constitution where go stand the test of time. A constitution where Eleka go don't die go. It go still dey strong and it go continue for serve Sierra Leone. Like how the American Constitution, the one the way write them, then don't die. Then picking them way them born don't die. But the Constitution of America, they continue. So he tell Abdullahi Conte, Dr. Abdullahi Conte, he say, let Dr. Abdullahi Conte make sure, say, waiting the people they want. Now they forget the Constitution. And indeed, to his credit, Dr. Abdullahi Conte superintends the process. He may get distinguished people then there. He always like for call one person, Dr. Bubuake Jabi. He get beaucoup distinguished people then put them set up and then bring people then from all walks of life for make them come and set up a brand new constitution for Sierra Leone in 1991. I was actively following that process. Now for that make I can always talk with pride. Say the 1991 constitution, now the people then constitution. The APC leader of that time, Joseph Saidu Momo, who was the president of Sierra Leone, he ensured say the people then constitution now he give them October 1st, 1991. I'm not going to forget the date because I'm in my birthday. Now on my birthday, now in that constitution come into force on my 20th birthday. Now in the late president is enacted that 1991 constitution for coming to law. And it was a good constitution. And as has now been shown, as we all don't see now, it is still a good constitution. And we will reach here soon. But make us continue the historical story. Now, the constitution came into force October 1991. October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Babam. Soja then come. And overthrow Momo. And when they overthrow Momo, instead of 7 months there from October to April, women don't begin enjoy democracy in this country. I dey tell una me people them. President Momomi don't allow free and fair registration of political parties all over this country. For example, we get the PDP Sober. We get the NUM, which was headed by Desmond Luke. And a lot of people are not know say this famous pathologist, Dr. Simeon Owis Koroma, they're not know say na a powerful politician and sit so. Thank you underestimate him. But he was a powerful politician when he and Desmond Luke, now they mean form one party where they call NUM. Then we get different people like Edward Kagbo, he mean form one party call him PNC. He mean they with IB Kagbo, now they mean form that party day. Then you mean get Hassan Beshe Kanu, himself mean get in party. You mean get so many political parties that we don't register. SDP, Pafore. So many people that can register political parties. Newspaper then open not so common newspaper. This Julius Spencer, the first thing that they can at the media, they inform one party where they call New Breed Party. They open newspaper, then call a New Breed newspaper. Democracy mean they thrive. Democracy mean they function. Freedom was there. The current chairman at the IMC, George Koriyama, himself came at that period, they himself came, he run away from Liberia, that time they came. The freedom when they salon me so sweet that himself can register newspaper. So there was a lot of freedoms as enshrined in the 1991 Constitution by President Momo. And to his credit, President Momo allowed people them for enjoy them freedoms. He allowed political parties them for register. But when the soldier man then come, they overthrow Momo. Waiting and decide for do, then begin change the narrative, then begin change the truth about issues around Momo. Then begin demonize Momo, then begin make Momo in name now, like say the man is such a bad man. And then worst of all, they say the constitution where the man may not enact before they can take over. They say the constitution are good. And here is the interesting part. The person when I immediately in charge of disinformation that day for the put out information for demonize Momo was the Minister of Information. Where then just come. And who that's name in this Minister of Information? It was Lieutenant Julius Madabio. So the person will start the process for talk say the 1991 Constitution of President Joseph Saidu Momo not a good constitution. Now the current president, His Excellency Dr. Julius Madabio, that in the he was a lieutenant, and then the Minister of Information at the military junta, the MPRC military junta. So it starts the process for demonize Momo as Minister of Information. That process they continue, we hand over to one civilian. That civilian they say continue, then demonize Momo. Then say for form new constitution, then set up committee, everything. Constitutional Review Committee. The committee sit down. But as God would have it, they're not able to succeed, the MPRC military. They're not able to succeed, forget the new constitution. So when the people they now begin say they want the elections and the military had to go, when they hand over to the elected civilian regime, the elected civilian regime had to continue using the Joseph Saidu Momo constitution. So but that regime they now, which was an SLVP regime of Ahmad Tijan Kaba, then self begin sing the same song. Oh, the Momo constitution are good. Oh, these APC people in 1991, this constitution where they make not a good constitution. Who for change them? In self come, babam, He's saying they set up Constitutional Review Committee. As God would have it, in first term, he will allow them for misadvise them. So the first term not been sweet for them. So war and confusion na me dey around them. By the second term, the country don't stable. The second term of President Kaba, he try for do this constitutional review. Himself try. As God would have it, he no work. So himself, when in tenure done, he hand over power. And at the same Joseph Saidu Momo Constitution of 1991, now he get for handover to the new president when Ernest Bai Koroma. That na 2007. Ernest Bai Koroma himself come. He continue for sing this Marys, this song no more. Where person don't sit down the narrative, the propaganda. You should just continue. Oh, the Momo Constitution should be reviewed. 1991 Constitution is not good. But me na one person where all the years, me people them. I don't tell people over and over again. I say nothing not do the Momo Constitution. Nothing not do the 1991 Constitution. I have been saying that over and over again. Because I was a student activist. I was involved. I followed the process. It was a participatory process. The people of Sierra Leone, waiting them in want, 1991. Now President Momo give them. So I no say that constitution, nothing not they were bad off the way they can talk am. Yes, any constitution as time they go on, you go change the language with the inside there, you go edit here small bits as modern, progressive, liberal thinking they come on. So they'll do amendments here and there. But the kind of way they make say the constitution holistically so bad. I never supported that. And the records are all there that I don't always talk them. So the 1991 constitution, nothing to do. It's a good constitution. It has so many protective areas. For example, no president not able to get third term under that constitution. You like how you try to like who's kind of magic you want to do. You not get for work. You know they work the way Momo writes that constitution. The way we the people then tell President Momo say for write that constitution. Because we don't want no monster. We can there more than 2 terms. 2 terms you do, you go, other person come. So that is a good constitution with a lot of protective mechanisms, a lot of protective areas. But, and as by Koroma come, himself, he flow with the narrative from the MPRC days. Momo is bad, Momo Constitution is bad. Before he look the thing properly and ensure say he look, is this constitution really bad? Himself flow with the wings. Is then get the report from the SIPP. Himself say well, instead they can do fresh review. He do fresh review. As God would have it, this review not able go through. Because God never wants the review for go through. God may get a purpose in this country. And the purpose where God may get, now for make sure say, not so even an APC president, they can review the constitution and find out say this constitution, most of what's in the inside they not bad. God may want for make sure say, now somebody when not so an APC president, now Ingo can restore the dignity and the glory of Joseph Saidu Momo. And for make the thing even more divine, God ensures say no less a person, I repeat, God Almighty ensures say no less a person than the very same man who was the Minister of Information we start the process for demonize the APC and Joseph Saidu Momo in Constitution. That same Monday night for come back sit down as president and head of state and tell the people of Sierra Leone wetin he don't tell we so this week. And that man is Julius Maada Bio. Julius Maada Bio, na him in the Minister of Information, we start for tell this country say, Momo no do a good job. Momo in constitution not good. God today don't bring and come back for can be with head of state, for can sit down as a democratically elected head of state, and for can tell the people of Sierra Leone what he don't tell the people of Sierra Leone so 10 days here. Yesterday, President Julius Maada Bio don't tell we say over 90% of Joseph Saidu Momo in 1991 constitution is correct, is on track, has worked well, does not need to be changed. And all the words Yawa they tell una so, na directly from the white paper where President Julius Maada Bio launched na State House yesterday. My people, I want to know for no say I don't check the white paper line by line. I don't check the Momo constitution line by line. And I dey tell una today say President Julius Maada Bio has now told us in the white paper that he launched that over 90% of the contents of the 1991 Constitution should remain exactly as it is. I repeat, President Julius Maada Bio's white paper, when you check them line by line, alongside the Constitution of Joseph Saidu Momo of 1991, you dey find out say that President Maada Bio has confirmed, and in the words of President Maada Bio in several of his responses to the recommendation against the 1991 Constitution, it is stated over and over again that he no agree say we for change this because from when Momo passed this constitution, it has worked very well. The other side, they say no way we're not a change them. We are going to retain it because it has worked very well. Throughout the white paper, it is so beautiful for read the wonders of God Almighty, because this is not God in wonders. The very same Julius Maada Bio of 30 years ago, he was then a military lieutenant. He came, he overthrow Momo, he helped for overthrow Momo. He tell we about how Momo in constitution not good. 30 years later, God bring and come back as an elected, democratically elected head of state. And 30 years later, now in God don't give the job for come back to we the people them and tell we say their constitution, whether APC leader Joseph Saidu Momo pass 30 years ago in 1991, that constitution day, most of the contents, they are correct, they are intact, they should be retained, they have worked very well. Me people them, this is amazing. And I feel say this will be a moment for Sierra Leoneans them, especially we were inside the APC, for reflect and know say we owe the late former president Joseph Saidu Momo an apology. I repeat, let this be a moment for we for realize that we owe the late former President Joseph Saidu Momo an apology. This country gets a lot of darkness where they hang over them in a lot of ways. And I believe so one of the darkness, now the ungratefulness where we don't show to Momo. And when we read the words of Julius Maada Bio, endorsing the Joseph Saidu Momo Constitution as a good document in many, many areas, it's so wonderful for see. When you now go on they read them, me hear a rise. I say, what a wonderful God we serve. Because this, now make God bring Julius Maada Bio come back. For make he can't tell we, say 30 years ago, that talk woman tell una as Minister of Information under a military junta, I was wrong. And I think to say, even in the Julius Maada Bio, instead for find the strength of courage for apologize to the memory of the late former President Joseph Saidu Momo. Because the 1991 Constitution, in the words of the same His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, is a document that over 90% of them should be retained because it has worked well and it is fit for purpose in his own white paper. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leoneans, we owe Joseph Saidu Momo an apology. Now I go briefly touch on two issues. One, on accident documents then we I put out on that Chinese man Sampa. I don't put out a document, one from the United States government where FBI and CIA, then they work with something we then call Office for Foreign Assets Control. I put out that document there. I put out an investigative news item by Financial Times. I also put out a document about the same Chinese man and how he get one minister na Guinea for getting into trouble with money laundering. And then interestingly, I also put out a statement from the United States government with the issue just few days back, last month, against the presidential aide of Angola, including the family of the president of Angola. And they mentioned this same Chinese man named Sampa. That's what he named Sampa. So I put out them documents there as an, what you could call an appetizer. You know, an appetizer. Of course, when I see one of them, I do a link between Anes by Kroma and this Chinese man Sampa. Now, an appetizer, because when all me reading days here, we are the one President Julius Maada Bio, are the one Francis Benkaifala, are the one Attorney General and Justice Minister within Deputy, as well as control Ernest, and they control Ernest by Kroma, and they're not controlling. So I just don't put out the small appetizer. And the main meal get for come. So this is not just sensitized, you know, this document I pull out, so that small sensitization. And make I assure people they're on something here. First of all, I'm a very powerful investigative journalist. Now, me can just look him, I just turn my eye, I turn a blind eye to things them. But if I'm ready for investigate something, God give me that gift today. So everything where I get for can release, none of them I not ever find out because I work for Ernest by Koroma. None of them I not ever find out because Ernest by Koroma tell me. None of them I not ever find out because somebody trust me, he confide in me, he tell me. No. Always here they can shock this country with the documents, the evidence, because they come. I mean, I don't tell now. Enough is enough. They come. All the information what I get for can put out. Now me self investigate and find out where God open me eye for see certain things them, we are not mean for ever see if God not mean no say, this pikin in heart clean for this country. In heart clean for him former boss. Make her show and then document here, let you understand certain things. That's why I take see the initial set of documents, and then further information will come away. I investigate them. So let nobody no ever feel say, now because I work in a state house or na Anes na tell me. No. Always I get for can't tell una. So instead the Anes by come, I get for shock. Some of the things the way they can release, they can shock at some of the things them. Because somebody, I don't call the person a name, but somebody where they work in the criminal justice sector. He called me yesterday where he see some of them documents and now he say, he don't begin afraid me because it look like say, waiting them if he say, me no know. Indeed, I know him. I don't call the person name, but he called me yesterday. I just laugh. I tell the boss, I send an appetizer now I put so. So yes, now me put out the information and then I go urge you now, learn spend time when I read them, get to know the contents because there'll be more appetizers before the main meal in they land. This now for just appetize. And then finally, before I end, I want for ask all Sierra Leoneans then say, dear, if I get chance, when I go find that speech with the Speaker of Parliament, Dr. Abbas Bundu, delivered in a State House yesterday. That speech is very educative, it's pragmatic, and I believe in a speech will go last the test of time. If me are the president, that speech of the Speaker of Parliament, I dey take her go sit down quiet, na some quiet side me one green. I dey read am line by line, line by line. Because wetin Dr. Abbas Bundu don talk inside that speech there, now what you call truth to power. He talk through bam inside that speech there. I dey urge every Sierra Leonean, say when I go out and go try for find the speech by Dr. Abbas Bundu na State House yesterday at the launch of the white paper on the 1991 Constitution. In my next audio, we will be audio 48. I'm not sure say I will pull on tomorrow because I get quite a tight schedule tomorrow, but I might pull them on Sunday or on Monday. In audio 48, I will touch on Dr. Abbas Bundu in statement, and I will also show now the impossibility of waiting the president they try for propose with in talk of 50% plus one. The impossibility, because I see some civil society activists there, then they at the media, then they grumble about how this thing here, 50% plus one is not good, or for left and still at 55%, because that is what Momo wanted. Joseph Saidu Momo, he was a good leader, and he said we need forget somebody we get widespread support. So if we get at least the first rounds, if we're able to get 55%, if you not get 55%, then you get to go reach out to he and the other next man will contest, and you have to reach out to other people them so that he can get a support way more global across the country than just limited to something 2 regions. So President Momo may know what they do. We ask for say 55%. And now we the people then that 10 day. Now we say now that's we want. And President Momo listen to we. And he also make it very difficult for anybody for able to change them, because you will need 2/3 of parliament. Not to entrenched clause. I believe say not to entrenched clause. I will get for double check, but I don't believe say an entrenched clause. But even though not to entrenched clause, you go need 2/3 of parliament for change am, which is 98 members of parliament. And as Dr. Abbas Bundu talk now in statement, and I think I go advise His Excellency the President, Julius Maada Bio, say make you go na some quiet corner and read that statement of Speaker of Parliament. That is what we call truth to power. Abbas Bundu talk through, he talk through inside, he talk through bang, 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 inside that statement there. All Sierra Leoneans, when I go find that statement, Abbas Bundu, he talk through bang, 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 inside that statement. So they are now all rest assured. That 50% plus one, where the president he talk about, in order for possible, yeah, 55% rec. Now we need for make somebody be president first round. For change to 50% plus one. Now mission impossible. Now so me say, Dr. Sylvia Blyden. Now mission impossible. And inside my next audio, we will be audio 48. And they take me time and tell you how now mission impossible. In no get for beer. So on that note today, I will end tonight's broadcast, as I can always do, with the tune of the national anthem. And as the tune of the national anthem they play, I go want to now for the reflect on our minds on what we can they sing, what we can they say, where we they sing the national anthem about the land that we love, our Sierra Leone. Let God bless we all. Amen.